What happens when somebody breaches trust, let's say it's between two executives on a senior executive team, is somebody behaves in a way that detracts from the collective trust that exists between those two people. So quick little visual here. Imagine that this, glass container full of stones represents the amount of trust that you and I have built up over time. And then you do something that I perceive as untrustworthy. When that happens, a whole bunch of these rocks get taken out of our vessel. And here's what happens in the human brain. The limbic part of your brain kicks in to try to protect you. And it starts to say, all right, well, I see what that person did. They took a whole bunch of trust away. So I'm going to be in wait and see mood. I'm going to see if that person starts to do trustworthy things. And if they start to act in a trustworthy way, then I will feel more trust between us. The problem with that is both sides are probably sitting there with their arms folded, trying to wait for that other person to start to behave in a more trustworthy way. So what's the fix? The fix is the only way that trust gets restored is when I'm vulnerable and I say, you know what? Regardless of that person's behavior, I think this relationship is important. So I'm going to make investments in this relationship. So I might just extend gratitude. I might just say, hey, saw that you did that last week. Just want to acknowledge it and say thank you. And I'm making this investment in trust in between us. And I'm trying to do it in an authentic way that they can see me making investments in the trust. Sometimes there's lots and lots of trust that sort of gets put in the vessel. So that person showed up to my father's funeral and I didn't expect that. And all of a sudden, tons of trust gets put in. Or you know what? When we were in that meeting, that person went out on a limb to be on my side for that sort of dicey topic. And so when the other person starts to see you making trustworthy investments, their defenses will start to come down and they'll be in a mental position to make trustworthy investments. And over time, that trust builds up and eventually people start to say things like, I trust that person.